Here we have our cybercrime homepage, learning about the dangers of cybercrime and the different aspects of it, how it can affect our lives. Here we have cybercrime annual revenues, how much money it generates for the thieves who partake in cybercrime. And down here we have the contributors, and I am JJJIC. And now we go over to identity theft, which was my subtopic of cybercrime. We have an overview of identity theft here. It is the fraudulent use of an individual's personal information, such as a social security number or date of birth, to commit financial fraud. Credit to LifeLock for that information. They will use information that they obtain through any means that I will mention ahead to open up false accounts under your name and spend away. False accounts, credit card fraud, employment fraud, there's all sorts. It can occur anywhere, anytime, and we will show you how. Data breach. Here it usually occurs to large businesses. It can expose massive amounts of personal data. The criminals might deploy a sophisticated technical attack or simply trick an employee into clicking on a link that creates an attack opening to be exploited. Regardless of how it happens, a data breach can, in one fell swoop, expose the PII, which is personally identifiable information of millions of unwitting victims, thanks to LifeLock for that information. So while a data breach is normally a deliberate attack carried out by cyber attackers, it can also occur accidentally from an employee simply leaving a work computer around with mounds of PII on it, leaving a thief to steal it and easily commit identity theft. The most common, though, is intentional data breaches. It can happen when a hacker gains access to an organization's computer network, obtaining millions of people's PII. And a big case in 2013 and 2014 was Yahoo. It was one of the biggest data breaches to date in terms of sheer numbers. So over 3 billion Yahoo accounts were exposed, left names, passwords, security question answers, emails, and all sorts of other sensitive information exposed. At the time, Yahoo was in final talks with Verizon for a $4.8 billion deal. Verizon was going to be buying them out. They ultimately did, but it involved $350 million to be shaved off of Yahoo's eventual sale price. This data breach really scared a lot of people and cost Yahoo big time. Data breaches are often targeted to big companies to avoid opening online accounts and only do business with companies who value their security. It's very important in this day and age. Anyone can get a hold of your information. We go over here to phishing. And phishing is a cybercrime in which a target or targets or contacted by email, telephone, or text message by someone posing as a legitimate institution to lure individuals into providing sensitive data such as PII, which we mentioned before, banking and credit card details and passwords. Thanks to phishing for that phishing.org for that information. It's another attempt at obtaining PII. We have over here is a screenshot of a real phishing attempt. Credit to the FTC for this image. You see here it has the letterhead from Netflix, and it says your account is on hold, which can prompt some people to get a bit worried, and you need to update your payment details. So you click on this link here, and it will send you somewhere which is not affiliated with Netflix to enter credit card information, any other details that may be worthy to a hacker, and they will be on their way to opening new accounts and using that credit card information for their own means. Staying up to date on the latest phishing scams is very important. There are so many new ways that people are trying to lure us into providing information. Many use scare tactics, so it can be quite worrisome, but staying up to date is a great way to protect against this. This is 4 steps here that the FTC advises. They say protect your computer by using security software. It's good for anything, along with phishing. Security software is always recommended, protecting against viruses, malware, and obviously phishing here. You want to protect your mobile phone by setting your software to update automatically, because this provides new security measures that may not be in the previous update. And you also want to protect your accounts by using multi-factor authentication. This requires more than just the use of a password. These security questions, they will ask you maybe what is your mother's maiden name, something like that, some sort of information most people may not know about you or your life. And number 4 here is backing your data up. This is good for everything. You always want to back your data up, even if it's not identity theft. If your computer crashes, or worst case scenario, you are involved in identity theft or a hack of some sort, you can have all of your files backed up in cloud storage or physically via an external hard drive, which is always a good idea to do. We go on here into the next page of identity theft is unsecured internet connections. Public Wi-Fi is now commonplace in coffee shops and airports across the world. Go anywhere, you can probably get Wi-Fi, but these leave you susceptible to would-be thieves, so there's no form of protection other than the security software you have on your computer, which can also which can be bypassed. So when you are on the same network as a hacker looking to steal your information. And this quote here I found quite nice. Is public Wi-Fi is a beacon for those who would seek to harvest your personal information through your internet connection. Thanks to ID Theft Center for that. Limiting the use of public Wi-Fi is highly recommended. If you are in need of a critical need of an internet connection, don't ever conduct transactions with credit card or bank information. This can easily be seen from someone else on the network. It doesn't take much training to understand how to see what other people are doing, so even a unexperienced hacker can see you transmitting this information across the web. A VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, is a great way to stay safe while using public Wi-Fi. Where a virtual private network gives you online privacy and anonymity by creating a private network from a public internet connection. So they mask your internet protocol, the IP address many have heard, and so your actions are virtually untraceable. So they actually end up providing greater security than even a secured Wi-Fi hotspot like in your house. So a VPN is great when you need Wi-Fi everywhere, but you want to stay safe and keep your information close to the belt. And over here we have a helpful video on keeping your identity safe from the Federal Trade Commission. Advise watching that. Short, doesn't take much time. And here we have a kind of wrap up of the discussion here. The best ways protecting against identity theft after you know how it can happen. This is quite scary, but knowing how to prepare for these attacks can help tremendously. Like I said, staying up to date, always updating your computer software, more information the better, that's key. Stay up to date. Never give out your PII, personally identifiable information, to someone you don't trust, even if they claim to be someone from a bank or credible institution. Stay away from public Wi-Fi, but if need be, get a VPN. This can help you stay safe, and always remember to back up your data. No matter what happens, if you have backup of your most precious documents. It alleviates a lot of stress of also having to deal with identity theft. And there's so much information out there that if you sort of share a specific problem, your specific situation, you will find help all over the internet. So, go over here to my references. References for the image, the homepage, and identity theft. Here we have all of my references used. Thanks to them. Go back to the homepage here. And that's it. Thank you.